All right, well, I want to welcome you to another episode of Good Works. My name is Mayor Jack, and we are standing in front of Country Hammer Moonshine. We will start our program today at the home show that will be brought to the South Hills, and I think you're going to enjoy this episode of Good Works very much. Well, welcome, and today we begin our Good Work show by learning about the South Hills Home Show, and that'll be generating excitement at the Cool Springs Sports Complex. And with me today is Rocco Lamanna. He'll be informing us of all the activities that we expect to see there. So Rocco, thank you for joining us on our show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And how long have you been organizing the home shows?
The home shows in general, about 7 years, particularly the South Hills Home Show. This will be the sixth year for the event, but the first year it'll actually be in the South Hills, ironically enough. So we're excited to be at Cool Springs this year.
Well, you picked a good venue to do it, that's for sure, because Cool Springs is one of the gems that we have, in Bethel Park. Well, how do you contact the businesses in the area to participate in the home show?
Yeah, I pick up the phone. Phone, email, I go to some other shows in the area to just kind of see who's doing home shows. And, we try to find a nice mix of local vendors specific to the area. And then also the other vendors consist of vendors that may be located in a different part of Pittsburgh, but they do service work here in Bethel Park. So everybody you talk to is, willing to, service your house in this area.
And they're certainly familiar with the area also.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they wouldn't be doing the show if they didn't do business here.
Now, what's the dates this year of the home show?
Sure. It's Friday, April 20th until Sunday, April 22nd. So that weekend, we're talking 3 weeks after Easter.
And the same week as the end of tax season.
Yeah, right.
So hopefully these people will have their refunds back. And what time will the show be? Is it the same every day or?
No. Our format is Friday from 3 to 8, Saturday 10 to 6, and Sunday 10 to 5.
10 to 5?
Yep.
Okay.
So nice, enough time over 3 days
Yeah.
to get in there. And, if you come Friday and you see something you like, come back Saturday or Sunday and seal the deal.
Now, is there a cost to the residents to show up to go in? So it's free?
It's free admission and free parking. Okay. Yeah, the two best things.
Yeah. Well, then they do have plenty of parking.
Yeah.
So how will the event be set up at Cool Springs? I know that the soccer's field's in there.
Yeah.
But what will it look like?
Sure. As soon as you walk in, for folks that have been there before, you walk through that little lobby and reception area, and the event will be straight ahead on the middle soccer field. So it'll be visible from the point you walk in.
Now, how many vendors do you expect to be at the show?
Yeah, about 120.
Okay.
About 120. And then we're also going to have some outside vendors too that we do at some other shows, some overflow vendors and some vendors that just kind of work better outside.
Yeah. Well, so when a vendor has a booth out there, do they offer demonstrations or is it just basically come and see what their wares are?
Some do. The creative ones, a little bit more aggressive ones do. But typically, they're there to capture leads and demonstrate or sell their wares and their services. But some of them do offer demonstrations. We have a separate area with that where we add them in with some other demonstrations that we do.
Okay. Now, when a vendor purchases a booth at the show, what do they expect? I mean, what kind of feedback do you get from them?
Yeah. They expect local consumers to come to the show, and their goal obviously is to capture leads and set appointments, and sell your services and help you with your home improvement needs around your house. The vendors know and they get that everybody who will come to this event from an attendee standpoint, will be from about a 15-mile radius of the building. No, I mean they know, nobody from Monroeville's coming
Right.
to the Bethel,
Right.
Bethel Park to the South Hills Home Show. Nobody from Butler's coming to the South Hills Home Show. So they know they're going to get people who live in this area.
Okay. Other than our show that will be on our local cable station, how are you advertising? How are you getting people to know that this event is going on up there?
Sure, we do television. We buy the zones through Comcast. We do radio. We buy some of the Pittsburgh channels, iHeartRadio, which used to be Clear Channel. We have a partnership with the Almanac, so they'll be doing a program that'll go out in all the papers the week before the show, and along with some other advertising, ads, and we do the stickers on the front page, and billboards. We also have some billboards around, and then we have other stuff. We have a social media firm, we have a PR firm. We put yard signs up. I mean, we really try to. We want people to come.
Yeah.
And we have an obligation to our vendors that to get them there.
Yeah, well, I think it's great, and I think it's certainly a good addition to what we have to offer here in Bethel Park. Do you have any local vendors that we may know that are already signed up that we could expect to see there?
Yeah, well, everybody knows Andy from EV True Value. He's been one of our biggest supporters, so he'll have a double booth there with his organization. Potomac Furniture is one of our sponsors this year. They're not right in Bethel Park, but they're really close. Brookside Lumber will be there. Arnold Asphalt, to name a few. So, a good mix of local vendors.
And you do have sponsorship businesses that back the show?
Yeah, Potomac Furniture and Humane Animal Rescue right now are our two main sponsors. But there's still some time to get one or two more in.
Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate you coming here today, letting the people know about the home show. And I'm sure over the next 6 weeks, we'll start to see the yard signs up and let people know exactly that it's coming. And we wish you all the best.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, great.
Our next business is our newest member, Veronica Burton from Burton Mobile Notary. Veronica, how long have you been a mobile notary?
I've been a notary for 10 years, but the mobile part has come about in the last 5 years.
Now, when you get a notary license, do you test it for that downtown, or how?
Yes, well, you don't have to go downtown anymore, but you are tested for your commission. Mm-hmm. So as a notary, you're commissioned, you're bonded for $10,000, and then I carry $100,000 air and emissions insurance.
Okay. Well, how long? So you've been a notary for 10 years. What did you do before that?
Before the notary business, was in selling loans, mortgages. Okay. I sold first mortgages, second mortgages. Mm-hmm.
So what was your major factor from changing professions?
Just the environment that I was working in. As a loan officer, it's a very aggressive environment. And I used to do the signing agents' information in the evening. Mm-hmm. And then I just decided I needed to step away for other reasons, personal reasons, and I decided to make this a full-time business.
Okay. Now, it's unusual because, like I mentioned before, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. But so one of our members, or actually even non-members of the chamber, could just call you up, and they come to your house, or not to your house. You go to their house.
Right.
Do you have a satellite office, or?
No satellite office. I work out of my home, and so I'm on the road most of the day. I do go to all kind of appointments, from whether it's general notary work or a loan signing.
Okay. Now, the service itself, are you available 7 days a week? Do you have certain hours?
I am pretty much available from 6 in the morning until 10 at night. And then I am available, that's Monday through Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then Sundays, I shorten the hours from 11 to 5. Give myself a little break.
And what type of general notary do you do?
It ranges wildly from POAs, power of attorneys, notarizing wills, notarizing permission slips for parents to take their child out of the country if it's mom and dad are mom's going on vacation, dad's not, and but you're taking the child, there needs to be a permission slip for that. So I'll do things like that. I work with landlords who need paperwork notarized. It's a very large arrangement. I do not do anything with motor vehicles though,
Okay.
because the state mandates that that be a physical storefront, and I don't have a physical storefront, so I don't do any titles.
Okay. And you do loan documents also?
I do. That's the bulk of my business is loan documents. I do refinances, purchases, buyer-seller purchases. I do home equity loans, term loans, lines of credit,
Okay.
whatever the bank needs.
So does that include, because I'm not sure, title transfers, or is that totally
The
different?
deed transfers, yeah, I can do.
Well, I was thinking like a car or...
Oh, that's car. Motor vehicle deed transfers are not in my.
Okay.
Yeah, that all has to be done by a notary that has a storefront.
Okay, okay. Are there any other services that you do?
Yeah, there are other services. I do field work for insurance companies, which basically means that if somebody has an insurance claim, whether it be something with the house or an automobile, and I can do those, I will go out and do the inspection for the insurance company, give them the photographic evidence that they need or request, and so I take care of that. I do courier service. So if somebody needs something to be taken from point A to point B, I can do that. If somebody needs something delivered, an attorney needs something couriered to somebody, I can do that for them also.
Okay. So it sounds like a notary is a wide range of different services that you do offer.
Right. I do taxes, personal taxes for people. I do book work for small businesses. So yeah, because my background is business and accounting. So my website pretty much has a wider range of things that I do on it.
Okay. Well, again, this is our show that we show over cable or local cable television, and actually reaches beyond Bethel Park. So for our members of the chamber, if you can just sum everything up and tell them why they should come to you for all their notary needs, that would be important. Well,
it's because I care about everybody. I'm going to give you the best service that I can. I will come to you. Most notaries do not travel. I do travel. I can travel with an hour to an hour and a half's notice most of the time, depending on what time of the day the request comes in, because my day fills up. But coming to me, it's because my work is consistent, it's clear, it's error-free, and if something does kick back from a bank or something, I will take care of it within that day.
Okay.
It is taken care of. You'll never have an issue getting a hold of me.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds very interesting, and certainly for all of our members, the chamber, and then the people that will see this show, they can go to our website and they can get the information on how to contact you.
Correct.
And it should be a good service that you do offer.
Well, yeah, and I do offer for members. I am at the chamber's office 2 days a month, typically a Monday and a Friday.
2 days a month?
2 days a month.
Okay.
I will spend 2 hours, 2 days a month. So I give them 4 hours at the chamber's office. I offer my services without the travel fee, so you get the discount.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can come to the office and I'll go ahead and notarize whatever documents you need to notarize, and without the traveling fee attached. It'll just be the basic notary fee.
Okay. Well, Veronica, thank you very much.
Thank you
for stopping in today. We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you in the future. We're now going to visit a business that many of us may need at one time or another, whether you're an individual or a business. If you use a computer, you may need Integrity First Technology Solutions. We're here with Stacy Ivel, the CEO of the company, located at 2884 Industrial Boulevard in Bethel Park. So hi, Stacy, and thanks for letting us come out today to learn more about your business.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
So how did you start this business?
I started it After I graduated, I actually had been working for my father's company, Integrity First Corporation, doing their IT as well as most of their marketing. And I realized that there was a need in the market for a web design company that catered to the small to medium sized business. So I spotted the hole in the market and I started IFTS.
Okay. And how long have you been in business here?
We've been in business for over 4 years.
Okay. What type of education is needed to understand the complexities of the computer world? Because since I'm not one of them, any information would help me.
Actually, I graduated from USC with a bachelor's degree in computer engineering, and then I have a master's degree from Carnegie Mellon in computer science. So I also have a concentration in cryptography and security. So it's we do secure websites, and that's one of the things that we tout. So higher education is very important.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your higher education.
Thank you.
Well, what type of services does your business offer?
We offer web design. We offer inbound marketing. We also do security consulting, and we do a little bit of graphic design as well.
Okay. Do you offer any classes for cyber security talks?
Yes, I actually offer a class called Secure Day, and it walks through your day as a business owner through the eyes of a hacker. So we talk about all the different ways that you have different exposures through the day, and then we talk about ways that you can protect yourself in the class.
Okay. And can you give a few tips on novices like myself who really is not in the computer world? Like how do you keep an email safe? Because I know there's a lot of hacking that seems to go on.
Yeah, so one of the safest ways to secure your emails with a good password. And there are 4 rules for a good password. So the first one, and you're going to hate me, is that it needs to be at least 12 characters long. The second rule is that it needs to have an uppercase and a lowercase letter in it. The third rule is that it needs to have a number in it. And the fourth rule is that it needs to have a special character in it. And if you can't remember all of your passwords, I would highly recommend the use of a password manager like KeePass or Dashlane.
And that's one that, since you have so many accounts in different businesses, that you go in and ask for your password and you sit there and say, I don't remember that one. But how many passwords would a typical person have?
Yeah, so the typical American actually has over 90 passwords. So to remember all of those just, by memory, if they were all 12 characters long, would be, next to impossible unless you're a memory champ. So using a password manager is very, very important.
Okay. Now, do you set things up like that, or is that part of your business?
Yes, definitely. When we come in and do our security consulting, that's almost always one of the things that I recommend. And we definitely help you evaluate all the options that are available for password managers and help you pick the one that best fits your needs.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
So HTTP and HTTPS. HTTPS actually includes an SSL certificate. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer. So what an SSL certificate does is it actually encrypts the traffic between your computer and the server that you're communicating with. Now, the way that you can look for an SSL certificate is, like you said, look for HTTPS in the web address, or the most simple way is to look for a lock right next to the web address. Most browsers will just have like a little lock icon there for you.
Okay. Well, it's a lot to absorb, but well, we certainly welcome you to being part of the chamber, and I do believe you're on the board of the chamber now.
I am on the board, yes.
Okay. And so for the chamber members that will, not only chamber members that will see this show on local cable, can you tell them, just to summarize it, exactly what the business is, how you can help them, and what do they do to contact you?
Sure. So my business is Integrity First Technology Solutions. You can contact us via the web at www.iftsdesign.com, or you can give us a call at 412-563-2106. And we help with websites, we help with security consulting, we help you with your inbound marketing, and we help you with your graphic design. So all of your technology solutions in one package.
Okay, great. And if you are a member of the chamber, you can go on the chamber website and find all the information on how to contact you for the members.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, Stacy, thank you very much. We wish you all the luck.
Yes, thanks for
And
coming.
we will see you at the next meeting.
Thank you.
All right, the last business on our scheduled program today is a visit with Country Hammer Moonshine, located on 5846 Library Road. And we're going to speak to Tim Barris, who owns this very interesting store. So, Tim, I understand you also have one other location besides the Bethel Park. Is any more coming in the future, and where currently is your other location?
The other location I have is in North Huntington on Route 30, right by the Turnpike. We've been open since October, and it's doing pretty well. And it's doing so well that we're going to open up another one out by the airport in Steubenville Pike, Robinson Township.
Okay. Now, can we find your product in bars or restaurants or state stores, or is it exclusively sold at your stores?
The way it works, the legality is I can sell it anywhere. The state store, I opted out with it because they want 44% more to put the product on the shelf. So the best route that I thought would we do the stores and then the bars, and we do a lot of events. We do like the rib cook-off down at South Park, down at the Meadows. They have an event. We actually have this in the Washington Wild Thing Stadium where we do adult smoothies with the moonshine. The closest bar that I have here is a Tiki Bar, and they should be open in another month. And we do very well down there. They're really nice people. They run a nice business, and they promote the product very well.
Okay. And how did you become interested in making the product?
2005, I moved away from South Hills, and I moved up to Ohio Powell, in which everybody makes moonshine up there and on the side as a hobby. And then they opened a legal place in which it was pretty much a tourist attraction where it just wasn't a very good product. It was all about the experience. The proofs are real low on it. There was no longevity with it. I was a chef years ago when I was younger, and I just put the two together, and I just said, just bring it down here, make it good, don't rip people off, make a great product, and it's been going very well.
Okay. Is that where the moonshine is produced, down there?
I actually have a production over in Jefferson Hills. We've outgrown that, and I'm moving it to a warehouse that's 3 times as big as down in Clarendon on the river.
Okay. Now, from beginning to end, how long does it take to make a batch?
It's very easy. When I used to do it as a hobby, when you have a smaller still, it's very more labor intensive. It takes very long. It can take up to a day. The way I have it now, I can do it in about 3 hours. And then after I make the actual corn whiskey, then I blend the flavors, and that only takes about 10 minutes.
Okay. And obviously you can see that there's very many flavors that you offer. How do you come up with the ones that you're going to make moonshine out of?
It's interesting because a lot of the stuff that I like, people don't like. A lot of people that do this on the side as a hobby, they're not even usually using a still. They're just buying Everclear, and it's a very poor substitution. And they use basic flavors that you can buy anywhere, like watermelon or lemon. So they'll come to me and say, can you do this? Or what will happen also is Sheets will come out with a new slushy flavor and say, can you do coffee? So I go look for the syrup, and then we make it, and everybody likes it.
Tim, do you wholesale the moonshine, or is it strictly retail?
The wholesale would fall under like maybe a broker or something, and putting it in the beer distributor. I've had several offers where, for example, there was a moonshine place down in Fairmont, West Virginia called Heston Farms, and they actually do their own wine and moonshine, and they just love my stuff so much where they wanted to put their label on it and use my product.
Okay.
And so that would fall under the wholesale.
Okay. And how do you promote your product?
Facebook, mostly word of mouth, people driving by. I do a lot of events like the Bethel Bounty where I met you at.
Right.
I've joined the Chamber of Commerce, obviously. That's what this is. The luncheons, stuff like that. I mean, it's a great, the return on the investment, right, in the community, it's priceless.
Yeah. And because it's, we have a state store process in Pennsylvania, how do you go about making the moonshine legal?
It took 2 years, and what it is, so if you own a bar, you get a state liquor license. I actually have a federal permit, and you get that first, and it took about a year or so, and then I had the state I got the state permit, and that took about 4 or 5 months. So it almost took 2 years. It was about a $250,000 investment just to get the permits and everything.
Oh, wow.
But that's basically, and then they have to approve it. So basically what happens is you have to get the building and the lease, and you submit it to them, and there's no guarantee. So it was a pretty big risk.
Okay. Now, you mentioned before flavors of sheets or so on. Is this something that you would have to drink straight, or can you mix this with soda? Or
I do have the straight corn liquor. There's really no taste to it. It has a little corn taste to it, but it's very, very high in proof. I actually get it up to 190 proof, but in the state of Pennsylvania, you can only sell 150 proof. So what I do is I blend the flavors down from 190, and for example, the orange dreamsicle right there is 110 proof, which you can't tell that's 110 proof, but it's very potent. And then you can drink it straight out of the freezer, or you can mix that on the rocks with orange soda.
Okay.
So most people have the stereotype where you sit on the front porch with a jar on a hot day and you just drink it right out of it. This is more what I've designed this for, is professional people like ourselves, where you sit on a back deck with on the rocks, mixing it with something.
Yeah. Now, do you have a set core flavors, and then do you just bring them in and out the
How
rest
it works,
of them?
it's all seasonal. So I always have 2. This month we have chocolate banana because the Valentine's Day and Easter, and then pancakes and waffles because it's more of a like a winter flavor, maple syrup. That changes. Those 2 will change every month. We'll have like spring, like next month probably will be like a marshmallow peep and a black licorice because of Easter. And then I do every 3 months I do. So like right now we have a coffee, a chai tea, a bunch of chocolate flavors. I'll get rid of all of them and I'll bring out a bunch of berries. I'll have strawberry cheesecake, raspberry cheesecake, a blackberry pie, a blueberry pie, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then in the summer I'll have a lemon drop, and then like a twisted tea, a mango tea. And then when it comes to Christmas, we had a candy cane and gingerbread man.
Right. And since you're located right here on Busy Route 88, do people come in and sample it? Is that the process that happens?
Pretty much, just like a winery. When I first moved in, the zoning board was a little leery about it. They actually thought I was going to make it in a creek down here. Creek,
Yeah.
by the trolley right here.
So did we.
And it's a legal product.
Yeah.
It's the first thing everyone comes in, because that's what they're doing. They're making it only. Now, you make a couple jars on the side, it's not the end of the world, but that's what they're doing. They're buying Everclear. So the first things when they do come in, is it real? Is it legal? Then they have some story. And then you can come in and you taste just like a winery. It's set up just exactly like a winery.
Okay.
Taste it.
And I did notice that you do have limited hours, at least at this location.
Sure. Winter's a little slower after Christmas. Everybody's still trying to pay their bills and get sober, what have you. So as it gets nicer, I'll be open probably on Wednesday afternoons for a little bit, and then maybe Sundays.
Okay. All right. Okay. At this point, maybe we can walk around the store and show some of the products that you have.
Sure. We can start right here. This is the bread and butter. When I decided to become legal, these are airplane miniatures, and they're 50 milliliters and 1.7 ounces, just like if you go to the state store and you check out, and they got the Jack Daniels and the Jim Beam and the Bacardi and all that. They're just, the shapes are mason jars. I do have a national competitor that has something like that, but our products are 2 totally different things. But right now for Easter, we have these. We put them in a little egg carton. The egg carton company thinks I'm crazy because I'm ordering all these cartons and I don't have eggs. And then they ask me what it is, and I tell them this, and they don't understand. But
You're taking that Easter egg hunt to a different level.
Sure. Okay, what you saw with the Easter egg carton over there, the miniatures are right. They're all right here. Right now we have 22 rotating flavors, starting with an Andes Candies, and it goes all the way down to a root beer float. And then throughout the store also. Basically, as you can see, the store's not very big, but what I have is a lot of people come in and they want quarts. Well, I'm just like the state store. This is called a fifth. So it's 25.6 ounces. It's equivalent to a quart almost. But we have 3 different sizes. So we have the quart. This is called a half pint, which is almost 8 ounces. And then you saw the minis there.
Tim, thank you for the tour today.
Sure.
We wish you all the luck in the world.
Appreciate it.
And we appreciate you being a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
So far,
thank
so
you
good.
very
Thanks
much.
so much.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our latest episode of Good Works. We went from everything from home shows to moonshine, and we look forward to seeing you on our next show.